Once upon a time, in a quiet suburban neighborhood, lived a young woman named Emily. She had always considered herself a good person, but lately, she found herself wrestling with a growing sense of bitterness and envy. It seemed like life had dealt her an unfair hand, and she couldn't help but compare herself to her neighbor, Isabella. Isabella was the epitome of beauty, wealth, and talent. She had long flowing hair that shone like the sun, and her emerald eyes sparkled with a kind of ethereal beauty that turned heads wherever she went. Her family was wealthy, living in a sprawling mansion with beautifully manicured gardens and a grand swimming pool. Isabella's talents seemed endless, whether it was playing the piano like a prodigy, painting mesmerizing artworks, or wowing everyone with her singing. Emily, on the other hand, was of average appearance and had a modest upbringing. She lived in a small, cozy house that always seemed to need repairs. Her savings account was constantly dwindling, and she struggled to make ends meet. She had dreams of becoming a writer, but she worked long hours at a mundane office job to pay her bills, leaving little time to pursue her passion. The unfairness of life weighed heavily on Emily's heart. She found herself constantly comparing her life to Isabella's. Emily felt like her dreams were slipping away as if the universe had conspired against her. She couldn't help but think of the numerous ways life had been unjust. One evening, while Emily was sitting on her porch, she watched Isabella being serenaded by a handsome suitor under a canopy of twinkling fairy lights. The melodious tunes of a violin filled the air, and Emily's heart ached with envy. It seemed as if Isabella effortlessly attracted admirers, while Emily's own romantic life was a string of failed relationships and heartbreaks. Another day, Emily attended a local art exhibition where Isabella's paintings were on display. The crowd marveled at her works, and Emily couldn't help but feel inadequate. She had always dreamed of becoming a successful writer, but she hadn't achieved anything close to Isabella's artistic success. As the weeks passed, Emily's envy deepened. She couldn't escape the constant reminders of the inequality of their lives. It was as though life had bestowed all its blessings upon Isabella, leaving nothing for her. One day, while Emily was drowning in self-pity, a sudden realization struck her like a bolt of lightning. She understood that life had indeed been unfair to her, but dwelling on the unfairness was not helping her achieve her dreams. Envy and bitterness were like heavy chains holding her back. With renewed determination, Emily decided to focus on her writing, even if it meant working late into the night after her office job. She took writing courses and joined a local writing group to hone her skills. She stopped comparing herself to Isabella and began to appreciate her own unique qualities and experiences. Over time, Emily's talent as a writer began to shine, and she published her first novel, receiving critical acclaim. She found joy and fulfillment in her work, and while her life might never be as glamorous as Isabella's, she had come to realize that the fairness of life wasn't determined by material possessions or talents. It was about finding happiness and contentment in the path she had chosen for herself. As for Isabella, Emily learned that even the most fortunate individuals face their own set of challenges and insecurities. The unfairness of life was not limited to one person or another, it was a shared human experience. Emily's newfound perspective allowed her to appreciate the uniqueness of her journey and embrace the beauty in life's unpredictability, for it was in the journey that true fairness was found. Here is an explanation of life's unfairness in the most simple way. Imagine life is like a big jar of colorful candies. When people are born, it's like they reach into the jar and grab a handful of candies. Some people might get lots of their favorite candies, making life seem lucky, rich, and perfect. Others might get different candies, not as many, or even some they don't like as much. It's kind of like a game of chance, and no one gets to choose what candies they get. Some people get more, some get less, and some get in between. It might not seem fair, but that's just how life works. What's really important is how we use the candies we have. Even if you didn't get your favorite candies, you can still make delicious treats and share them with others. You can work hard, be kind, and do your best with the candies you have. And remember, everyone has different candies, and that's what makes the world interesting and colorful. So, while some people seem to have more candies in life, it doesn't mean they are happier or better. What truly matters is how we use what we have and how we treat others. Life may not always seem fair, but we can still make it sweet and beautiful in our own unique way.